My name is April. I love you and welcome to my channel. I have been on hiatus for some time. I am taking a different approach onto the channel, and I am going to be working with you to witness the cycles and patterns and close those cycles and patterns out within the system. These videos are going to be for the collective, but not of the collective. So I'm just going through energies I witnessed in my own story that I wasn't looking at. I've been on this path since 2012. And I've been on the path a lot longer than 2012. But 2012 was when I decided to make the change. 2012 was the beginning of a different frequency within my being. But it's taken me until now to be able to realize what cycles and patterns weren't getting properly completed so that I could move on to how's my business. Because I feel, and I know a lot of people in the healing community don't feel it like this, but I feel as a healer for me, and I don't think that I know more than anybody else, and I don't think that my way is the right way, or what I did is better for anybody. I'm just trying to give some kind of springboard as to how I process these energies, and I came to the place where I am now. I want to give a description of the situations I had to come up against in my existence and use my learnings as teachings. Thank you. When I started this journey in 2012, I never thought it was going to take until 2025 to figure it out. I have the 3 of Wands and the 4 of Wands. Waiting to celebrate myself. Just standing on the shore and watching everybody else get what they deserve instead of taking action towards what I deserve. I'm smelling sweaty boy. Okay. I'm smelling like sour sweat. My name is April. I am a self-taught intuitive. I am a healer, a guide, a mentor. I am a step along the journey into enlightenment. I am everything and nothing all at once. I have disassociated with my labels, and I just use those labels so that you can understand where I'm coming from. Oh, that's way too many. Do we take, oh yeah, okay. So we're gonna go with that. So I have the 3 of Cups coming out on top of the 3 of Wands. This is another celebration, an emotional celebration. People to collaborate with. What's on the bottom over here? Oh, the Strength. So we're going to go way back, way back, way back. And I have done this journey many a times. So I'm going to go back to when I used to sleep at night when I was a child. And I used to ruminate over this bad thing that happened to me over and over again. I used to sit there and I used to unknowingly perpetuate the horrible feelings by sitting in the density of the horrible feeling. And when I would do this, I would look at the light bulb on the ceiling and I would take my eyes and I would look at the light bulb and then I would separate the light bulb with my eyes. And then I would look at the light bulb and I would shake it up and I would separate the light bulb. And I would look at the light bulb and I would shake it up and I'd look at the light bulb again. And after a certain amount of times, expanding it out and bringing it in, playing with this depth of how far I was away from the light bulb and how wide it needed to be. Images would start to play in between the two light bulbs. Now, mind you, there's only one light bulb. But my perception of that light bulb became a movie screen where I was able to view other existences my soul had witnessed, so I could see the patterning of my affection. We're going to call it that. The patterning of my affection. Now, as a young child, I had no idea what I was doing in this body. As my multidimensional self, I had every understanding of what I was doing. And I was what do they call it? I was in past life regression by myself, with myself, for myself. So I could understand other expressions of my reality where bad things occurred and where they were not resolved. And I believe every single person has the ability to do these things for themselves, with themselves, by themselves. Now, I know in this physical reality, we look for others to lean on, others to celebrate with. We look for others to celebrate with. This is a Four of Wands. But there are two people in there. The Four of Wands to me is the journey home back to myself. Now that didn't come until way later. That didn't come until way, way later. I have been sitting on the sidelines waiting to celebrate myself because of the energy I was tethered to. Unknowingly, for a while. But I was told as a very young child I would have to defeat this energy inside of myself if I wanted to get past. So I have two celebration cards here. Celebrating with others and celebrating ourselves. learning how to be emotionally available, to sit in wait, learning how to trust that the emotional sharing is going to bring me to the place where I get what I want. And not in a harsh kind of manner that I desire stuff and I need more than I have. I get what I want where I can celebrate myself and I can be the lantern for others to be celebrated in the emotional state and in the spiritual state. The wands for me are spiritual. So we have an offering of emotions in the spiritual world. Now, my offering of emotions in the spiritual world came from an energy that I didn't really understand. Was going to hold me up for a very long time and leave me in wait of how to celebrate myself. But at some point I was able to tame this beast. At some point strength kicked in for me, the only card that can overcome. Because you tend to your wounds. You tend to those cycles that are remaining open. And you realize they do not define who you are in this moment. That was really weird. Okay, so in this frequency, the only thing I really have that is not great is the devil energy. In bondage, where are we going to find the places where we are in desire over decision? Where there's imbalance and the universe keeps trying to take this energy out of us. But we're like, no, I've created this space, and even if I'm not available to receive those emotions, I feel like I'm balanced. It's taking a long time to communicate any of my worried thoughts, but I see that I'm victorious. I've become a new person. You've become a new person, but you're still tethered to the frequency of bondage. Now, how do we deal with that? How do we deal with that? All the things that I have given my power away to. All of the ways as a feminine, I've lost the ability to control my creative juices. And as a masculine, I've agreed to live out my lower nature and only reside in my lustful nature. Offerings of love mostly end up with me not being taken seriously with some kind of disappointing emotion. The Magician and the Lovers. How do I manifest love when I am in a state of Bondage. Do I even know I'm in bondage? Do I even realize that every person that I meet is the same character behind a mask that works through the person instead of actually is the person? How is this what was woven for my tapestry? How is this what is the fabric of my life? Now, these actions, these new beginnings, these spiritual paths, this force that's coming. So then we have the four of wands and the four of wands. We have 8 wands in total. Want to be communicated as emotionally open and available. But in the real world, it comes as imbalance. It comes as an infinite cycle. See the input? It's juggling. It's a juggling. It's always one side or the other. There's no happy medium. And for me, this infinity sign has been coming to me as wanting to be witnessed as the karmic cycle. So when I want to know about myself or I want to know about a client, I can find out right away if they're in a karmic cycle or if they're in their abundance, which is the Lover's card. If they're deciding to be past this, if they've processed it. Sorry, got hair? Sorry, not sorry, not sorry. Thank you. I gave up sorry a long time ago because I'm not. There are some things that we're just not supposed to apologize for. And as a Canadian, we like to apologize for things that are not our fault or have no ramification for sorry. So I try to eradicate all that. And then I hang out with people that are very sorry all the time for everything. And I revert back. The bondage. Okay. So, how do we view in our life that we are tethered to devil energy? Oh, shit. We need honesty with ourselves. We need honesty with the partnerships that we've chosen. Do they make us feel happy? Do they make us a better person? Do they, even if they do make us a better person, are they feeding into our lower nature, our animal instincts? Are they perpetuating our badness within ourselves? We can become a better version of ourselves, yet still be tethered to a badness within ourselves. And it doesn't necessarily mean we are bad or we're doing bad things. It's just become the natural code of our system to entertain the beast within instead of heal and address the wound. What wound is creating the... Now, you might not have even created the wound. The wound is brought in from your lineage and your DNA structure. The wound was perpetuated by your family line without your knowledge, and why it feels so hard to move through the wound is because you have to express the express the suppressed emotions for every person in your family that was tethered to the frequency of waiting to celebrate themselves, allowing a spiritual connection to a force unseen by our physical eyes. So every time we enter into this advancement of love, this spiritual force takes action. And this person that comes towards us unknowingly tethers us once again to the same energy we're trying to overcome. This is why they say it feels like the same person. So we get in a situation, we have a relationship, it lasts 5 years. That relationship dissolves. We move on into another relationship, whatever, 4 months, 5 months, 6 months down the road. And we meet the same energy, but it's in a different body. It makes us feel the same way. It makes us act the same way. It makes us wait the same way. It makes us forget to celebrate ourselves. There's very little communication about our emotional state, about what we would desire emotionally. And it's, we lunge in. We give it our all. We don't wait to see if this person deserves our cup. We don't wait to see if this person deserves our celebration. We don't wait to see if this person is acting out of this underlying spiritual connection that we don't even know we're tethered to. I hope it's making sense. Healing, the spiritual connection, the truth about the knowing. The truth about the high priestess. Okay, so ace and ace. So we have 3 aces coming out, 2 ace of wands, and 1 ace of swords. At some point we knew these new beginnings were going to come into play. Our masculine and our feminine both knew that they were going to be in a spiritual connection, and our masculine knew that it was going to have to step up to the truth of the fact that it was and always has been subjected to this frequency of bondage, tethered to a lower density nature of an energy that a lot of people ridicule, a lot of people fear, a lot of people don't take seriously, a lot of people don't believe in, a lot of people, whatever the take on it. I was told from my guide I would have to take on the energy of the devil. I would have to overcome it. And I asked if I win, and I wasn't given that answer. Because what people don't realize is, unlike our life that moves forward This is like Groundhog's Day. It just keeps repeating and keeps repeating and keeps repeating. This frequency is in its own cycle and its own loop of patterning, and it doesn't really connect properly to the real world. See how the pentacle is, well, it's a pentagram, is upside down? See how over here they're right side up, where the point is up in the sky, and over here the point is going down. So it's an inverted connection in the real world. It's not of the world, but it is a looping pattern within the world. It's allowed to be here. It is allowed to be here because we have to overcome the lower nature inside our own being. Just like people want to tap into their angels and guides and their higher being, we all have a lower being too. Now, not all of us are tethered to it in a frequency of bondage. But if you are meeting people that bring out the worst in you, they are of this nature. They are of this energy. They are of this frequency. They unknowingly are tethered to an entity energy that is allowed to channel frequencies inside this physical existence that bring people into a lower version of themselves, that bring people into their woundedness, that bring people into false frequencies. Okay, so as a child, we're taught this all the time. So we do a good thing and nobody recognizes it. We do a good thing and nobody recognizes it. We do another good thing and nobody recognizes it. When we do one bad thing, and that thing is remembered for years to come. This is this frequency. This is this frequency living within our families. Underneath here, I have a 2-2. I have the 2 of Swords and the 2 of Pentacles. So it's not wanting to physically witness the truth of the illusions that are casting in the dark, to feel the frequency and the vibration of the ground underneath us. And having that always be mismatched in our emotional world, in our physical world, in our mental world, and in our spiritual world. Now she's also playing this part of this, what is it called? A French maid? She's not really, she's a seductress. Her vibration is magnetic. It is electric. Can we even say maybe it is on fire? Okay, well, I'm gonna get it. I promise. Okay. There we go. Whatever. It's hard to figure out how to do that. It's gonna storm right now. Washing away these iniquities within me. Am I using that word right? Yeah. there are people all over that just keep communicating. It all came crashing down. It all came crashing down. I thought it was love, but it all came crashing down. They can't stay in committed relationships because they find it too slow. They find it. They have no idea on how to articulate their emotional needs. But this person is not even standing in their emotions. They are standing on the shore and they are in their shadow frequency. They are in their shadow energy. And every time we begin again, here's another ace. It's from a state of worry, a state of, I don't want this to be exactly what it was last time. I don't want to create my future in my present moment. And because we're not creating from the present moment, we are always creating the past in the present moment. Our past creates our future if we go into our past. If we create our present moment from our present moment, we create a present moment that can be new and balanced. $94. Wounded emotional. As long as we stay in a wounded emotional state, we will never open up to this love. And we will only take that which feels like the frequency our family instilled in our being. There is room to move out of chaos into calmness and create in the real world something that is viable, tangible, natural, nurturing. But we have to learn about the sun. We have to learn how to reprogram our inner child to light. We have to go back in and mature from an emotional state. Heal the emotions so we can mature, so we can have our tail, our hair be the antenna of this this bridge from the emotional realm to the crown. And then we take the Ten of Pentacles is over here, where it was slow. Then we can address the Ten of Pentacles from a place of knowing our worth, knowing our stature. We temper all of our emotions that are bringing us into a maturity from the Knight to the King in the real world, in the physical world. And we learn to defend what we want to work on, releasing ourselves from the bondage. That's like soul mission. Go be the best thing that you could possibly be. Instead of viewing every union as a soulmate, giving our everything to this person. The yin yang is, I know it's a great representation right now of feminine and masculine energy together, but the yin yang is a symbol that is represented from a frequency of 10 instead of a frequency of 12. In the, oh shoot, I don't even know how to say it. In the tree of life, that is the circles. How do you say that? They've deduced it to a 10 frequency when it's supposed to be a 12 frequency. So any of the sacred geometry, such as the Fibonacci swirl, those are coming in 10s. Those are coming in, that comes in on a frequency of 10. So I know it's in everything and it's all around us and it's in everything, but those things are not regenerative. Those things are they don't hold the whole completion of the frequency inside themselves. They need something outside of themselves to nourish. Okay. There is a frequency of happiness. There is a frequency of happily ever after hidden in the shadows. But we have to decide to take that illusion into our hands and allow our emotions to be witnessed. Okay. The next video will be the healing to this video. I love you.